Of the 44 presidents who have occupied the White House since the mid-18th century, some have distinguished themselves by their special political conduct, modernization of society, or influence they have had nationally or globally. These are the ones who have remained in the collective memory as true symbols of American democracy and power, and are landmarks for many people from all over the world. Numerous polls are conducted today among the population. Numerous lists are created by historians and specialists, all to determine the best, most popular and influential American president. In almost all these statistics, the first place is occupied by Abraham Lincoln, but the other positions are assigned to different presidents, each judging by different sets of values. Here is a list of the most popular American presidents, which are found in most statistics.
Abraham Lincoln is the one who led the victory of the North during the American Civil War, the reunion between North and South. He was also noted in September 1862. When he issued the Proclamation of Emancipation, by which African American slaves in the southern states were released. Lincoln is today a symbol of the struggle for civil liberties. Slavery was completely abolished by the adoption of the 13th Amendment. Franklin D. Roosevelt appears in some statistics as the greatest American president, given that he is the one who led the United States during World War II, successfully fighting the Nazis and the Japanese, though not he was the one who approved the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But he was present in the great moments of the war, from the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, when the United States went to war, to the Yalta Conference in 1945. Internally, he is also considered the leader, with an iron fist, America during the last years of the Great Depression, being also the initiator of the new set of policies called New Deal, through which the social insurance systems were created and the banking system was reformed. JFK's personality appears in many episodes of the Cold War, the most notable of which is the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. This was the hottest point of the Cold War, when everyone feared that the world would enter a new conflict, armed, bigger and stronger than any before. But Kennedy managed to turn the situation around and overcome the crisis. But there had been two other important moments before: the invasion of the Gulf of Pigs in 1961, when the Americans tried unsuccessfully to overthrow the Cuban Communist regime, and the construction of the Berlin Wall, a symbol of the Cold War, which required the establishment the airlift through which food and supplies were sent to the captive population of West Berlin. The father of the American nation, as Washington is nicknamed, was the first American president to be elected unanimously in 1789 after defeating the British in the struggle for independence. He was the one who laid the foundations of the institution of the presidency, establishing the maximum of 2 terms that will be legislated later by Amendment 22 to the U.S. Constitution. Reagan is a beloved president for enduring so many years at the head of the American state in the last years of the Cold War with a firm policy of fighting communism. During his second term he witnessed the relaxation policies of the USSR proposed by Gorbachev and had numerous meetings with the Soviet leader. Earlier, in his first term, he was concerned with space defense against Russian intercontinental missiles and encouraged the Strategic Defense Initiative, called Star Wars, in the confrontation with the USSR, which he called the Empire of Evil.